Okay, so we are here delivering this gorgeous F-150. Believe it or not, it's been through its life course, and I think 3 years ago this was done, and we are here now getting ready to show Josh, my man. How are you gonna take care of this? You don't know yet, do you?
I don't.
All right, this is the whole important thing about aftercare. Number one, we want to talk about microfiber. So there's always been, the question of like, what's the best wash tool? Very simply put, it's wash towels. Mitts are heavy, they're a little bit cumbersome, they're annoying to work with, they're small. So when I look at being efficient, I look at, having something that's manageable, but also double-sided. So the reason that there's two colors is not just because this is just how they make it. We pick it because we want to have side A and side B. So let's just say everybody sticks to the program where they have the rinse bucket at least, okay? Minimally, at least a rinse bucket. When you have your towels all soaked up, you're gonna run across a panel and you'll have one in each hand because there's no room for one-armed workers in our world. But let's just say we have two hands working at the same time. Once we get across two panels, normally you'd say, hey, I gotta go back to the rinse bucket and rinse it out. Well, instead, just flip the towel over to the other side and go get a couple more panels done. And the reason we're doing that is because you never know when there's some kind of, even though you rinsed it really well, you just don't know if there's any kind of like sand or granules that might get caught. So flipping that towel, making sure you don't have any contaminants in there that are gonna scratch up your fresh finish. This is really smooth, by the way, it's awesome. So that's number one, very, very simple idea. Number two, along with that, is using a super quality soap. This is, we kind of veered away from ceramic soaps because they've always just kind of been okay. The fresh ultra lather soap is going to be the most sudsy stuff you can get. This is what everybody's raving about right now. So if your foam cannon is working great, this is, look, if you overuse it, you can lay 4 inches of foam on the top of that paint. That's overkill, but this is gonna be really nice. It also has a really great, it's not just a regular soap, it has a wonderful ability of really breaking down dirt on the surface and clinging to it. So quality soap, quality microfiber. Now, we're gonna go back to the microfiber discussion. We're gonna talk about drying. So, as soon as you kind of slide across the surface, the dirt's gone. Even with bugs on the front end, it's not that hard to take them off. You can continue with the same thing. If you're going across the state, you might accumulate a lot more. Run across Florida, there's a lot of bugs out this time of the year. But microfiber, soap, water does the trick. So when you're drying, let's just say the truck is dripping wet. When you're drying, you're actually gonna have, again, same kind of idea. These are a little bit thicker and they work really well to pick water up really fast. So here again, 2 hands, all right? Don't let me catch you working with one. You can picture frame, you can drag just linear, just like this. And that's really easy because as soon as you scoop that rag across the surface, it's gonna be dry. But we need to boost it. And by boosting, I mean, we wanna add in a smoother product, okay? Something that's gonna be non-stick, Slick AF. The Slick AF, of course, has some cleaning ability. A lot of people are out there, they love waterless washes. I do not like the idea of waterless washing. However, I do like the idea of having something that has a little bit of that spray detail capability, but also mainly this is just to keep things smooth and hydrophobic. So we're pretending again, the truck is dripping wet, you're about to dry it, you're gonna take the trigger, spray out maybe 2 sprays on that panel, maybe 2 here, and maybe do about 3 panels. Put the bottle down and then cruise across with the drying towels. And as you actually float across the surface doing this, your slick's gonna get spread out, and it is active. It will actually stick to the surface. And then of course, the water's coming up even faster because you have something hydrophobic that's now on there too. So it doesn't wanna go anywhere except the threads in this. It's literally that, and listen, I think you probably dried these things off now. This is not your first rodeo, so you know what that's like. Keeping in mind that Slick is great on the paint and body, you'll have enough in your drying towels that you can actually go over the glass with the residue. I wouldn't use it, I wouldn't be spraying the Slick all over the glass all the time, because then you're gonna fight, too much. Yeah. And once glass is treated, you'll see a fogging, and that means, hey, buddy, I have already enough hydrophobic stuff. I don't need any more. So I always tell people, keep it to the paint, and if you're gonna go across, let's say, we're heading to Tampa, I'm going across the state. Listen, there's nothing wrong with adding some slick to the front end, to the mirrors, all that leading edge stuff right before you go. When you get there, believe it or not, even if you had nothing to wash the vehicle with and you had a microfiber and a bottle of water, you can dump the bottle of water into the towel and wipe off those bugs in the front end. Leave the car wash when you get back home. Beyond that, it's also a great product as far as the slick is concerned to use inside the door jambs. I mean, that's really the main thing. Keeping the weather strips all Gucci fresh and making sure that everything is non-stick in here as well. And that's important for understanding what we live in. Heat, rubber, breaking down. So same thing applies, wipe it in, leave it there basically. The slick pretty much wipes out clean. So if you ever saw a little bit of a streak, I like to finish towel the glass with microfibers that are just fresh, dry, not used for anything. That way it's all clean, especially with the side mirrors and the front. Also, slick is great for the interior glass. It makes it really easy to clean. Tinted windows, great for that, keeps it smooth. Everybody knows after about 5 years, your tint starts getting lines in it from wear up and down. So keeping something, again, that's super slick on the surface. So you'll see there's a good continuity here. Slick can be used outside, inside. Fresh, awesome soap makes it, super clean, easy to work with, safe, and then microfibers. Anybody who's using brushes, stop it. You're not gonna do that anymore. If you're wanting to foam cannon the truck and then just rinse it off, be advised, that's great if you washed it 3 days ago, but if you're running through rainstorms and you live out in Loxahatchee and you're driving on dirt roads, do not just foam cannon and rinse the vehicle and dry it. You're gonna always have some kind of contaminants on there. So, it all depends on what situation you're in, but that is the simplicity of this system. Anything outside of that, of course, you can call us up, drive by, and that's pretty much it. So,
awesome.
Thanks for taking that learning lesson with us.
Thank you.